Hey, it's Joe Arroyo, Chief Investment Officer and Lead Conversion Specialist for Convert. And I am here to share with you the grand scheme of what we're here to do in this alliance partnership. First of all, congratulations. We are only opening this to 100 teams around the country, and you have been recruited and selected into this operation. So I can assure you the only reason for that is if we believe that you're a great partner now for us to be in business with, someone we can be proud of to be in business with, but also we believe that we have an opportunity to grow with you strategically over the next decade into growing something phenomenal. So I'm going to share with you the grand scheme, the order of priority. We want to build a massive business that is generating consistent and growing income, delivering a client experience that you're proud of because you're working with people who know, value, and trust you. They know who you are and what you do. They like you and you like them in return, which that is the single biggest factor to the client experience being enjoyable. And we're here to build a business through that consistent and growing income, through the compounding effect of a great client experience that people rave about. We're here to help you actually build your practice, your team, into a business. And the business is where you have the freedom from doing the work that sucks the life out of you or you're not very good at, and freedom to do the work that is in your zone of genius, the work you're here to do, and ultimately the freedom to choose whether you work at all. And having been in this business for 20 years, I've built a handful of mega agent teams myself, as well as lending teams. I've launched regions and divisions, and most importantly, I have coached thousands of agent teams, hundreds literally, who are in the top mega agent teams in the country, 15 in the top 100. And I can tell you, if I had to point to the single greatest success factor, the difference that makes the difference, it is that those teams have gone through the process of turning what we call the database, that is this jumble of names and numbers and contacts, into a true discrete relationship portfolio. That is to say, people who know who you are. They value what you do and how you do it. They're committed to using you, and they're willing to refer you. That is the single greatest factor, not greatness of service, not five-star service delivery, not a world-class listing specialist or listing campaign, not unlimited dollars to buy online leads. It is turning your database of contacts into a relationship portfolio. And that is what we are here first and foremost to help you partner with you on, and do it with you and for you, and then to turn it into something that we can exponentially compound and grow into building a business just about as large as you'd want to go. So we do that through three primary phases. Phase one is what we call taking your database, and again, we lovingly call the database the amorphous blob of undoability, because there is so much misinformation in here every year that we don't update it. Statistically, about 1/3 of the information, contact information, goes incorrect, whether that be the email, phone number, address, and so on. Address, because people move and maybe they didn't use us because we haven't stayed in touch with them. We have vendors in here, we have past clients, we've got grandma, we've got our neighbor, we've got people who we've never even spoken to once, we don't know who they are, and it's a massive pain to get in and actually dig out the gold to create that relationship portfolio. Again, the relationship portfolio, there's only one entrance path into this portfolio, and that is through specific permission given to have continued contact with these people by delivering value and building goodwill, by keeping them up to date with information that is relevant to the housing market and finance, which people are insanely interested in. As I'm sure you know, number one Googled area is about real estate. Our number one opened email, over a 90% open rate, is people looking up listing alerts about what has been bought and sold in their neighborhood, So people love to talk about it. We're getting permission to have that conversation with them. We're getting permission to stay in touch and add value, see if there's anything we can do if they have a decision that they need to make around their housing over the next 6 to 12 months. Can we offer any consult, advice, and value? And these are people who give us permission to reach out and continue to cultivate. So we take in stage one, this is your first quarter of working with us, your first 3 months, give us your mess. Don't overthink it. We're going to help you weed out the few people in there that we shouldn't be calling, which is your core clients, if it's your son, like it would just be weird if as your home buyer assistant, we call on behalf of your son to check in. We're going to take out your son, your grandma, your key relationships that you should be in contact with. Typically, that's about 25 to 30 people. We'll give you that list and also the coaching that says, hey, let's put a script together for you to reach out to those people. But the rest, we're going to take the mess and we're going to return it back to you in a very clean, defined group of people, from raving fans to those who've just given us general permission to stay in touch and build a relationship. Now, this here is incredibly valuable. We have people who they've given us 3,000 names and it's turned into 100, okay? And that's okay. That's okay. Out of 100, we can do fabulous business. We can do 30, 35 transactions a year out of 100, which, at an average of an $8,000 commission, that's a $250,000 value we're pulling out of it. We have people who've given us databases of 1,500 and we return back 1,000. So it just depends, and any number's okay. The important thing is we build the RP and actually have this in place. Once that's in place, we can move on to phase 2, and that is the growth strategy. Now, look, you're busy. You're busy, we're busy. We don't need one more thing to do, one more great idea or action item in order to grow our business. And so the second step of our growth strategy to build your portfolio is we're going to take the natural flow of conversations you're already having, the natural activities that you and your team are doing. For example, like open houses, where we collect that list of 15 to 20 names. And that name, with all the good intentions, they don't get followed up with. It gets set on the desk. Well, you give us that list, and on Monday morning, we're calling, or Monday afternoon, whatever, we're calling those people, and we're seeing if there's anything that we can do to provide value, or that you can do to provide value. Maybe they'd like us to put them on a listing alert, and they can see every house that comes available in that market. Maybe they'd like a list of similar homes. Maybe they'd like to get a pre-qualification and advance their understanding of what they qualify for. So we'll take that list, we'll call them, we'll capture those people, and we'll put them into the relationship portfolio for long-term nurture and conversion. Maybe it's your circle prospecting campaign, those people who raise their hand and say, yeah, maybe I will be doing something with my housing in the next 6 to 12 months. We'll capture those people, we'll put them in. We can work with your referral directory, your vendors, and ask them the key question of when's the last time you touched your database and turned it into a true relationship portfolio, and would you like us to partner with you to do that with you and for you? Now, we're represented as your agent, your go-to agent, and we're representing your business. We'll take your top 20% of your database and relationships, and we'll help you cultivate that into a portfolio. And of course, be the ones who are referred as the agent in the process. This is a phenomenal way to quickly grow your portfolio, by the way, by 500, 1,000, 1,500 names. And maybe it's just your single everyday, conversations, things that happen that you don't quite realize. You're at the grocery store, you're at church, you're talking to someone. They're not ready for now, but they had a question about real estate. We're going to capture those conversations that aren't in the 5% bucket of the committed and urgent, that are in the 95% of other shoppers out there who will buy, but they're just not now in the next 3 months. We're going to capture those people. We're going to gain permission. We're going to put them into a program where through 36 touches a year, partnered with you, we deliver goodwill, we deliver value, we build goodwill, we keep them informed, we indoctrinate them that you are the go-to resource for real estate and mortgage advice or anything around their housing. And we help you capture these conversations you're already having to grow. So now you're getting the 5%, but also from your natural flow of activity, we're starting to compound the result of that activity of you and your agents. Maybe it's taking your agents that you recruit onto your team, and we're helping them access their list of people who belong in the relationship portfolio, and having those conversations and converting them in, which is, by the way, a phenomenal value proposition for you to offer to your current agents and to recruit agents by. So this is phase 2. And then we go to phase 3. Phase 2, by the way, is our second quarter of working together, okay? Phase 3 is where we start to work together on activities. There's a great classic book called 7 Levels of Communication with Michael Mayer. And from a relationship portfolio, last time I talked with him, of less than 900, He's doing a little over 600 transactions a year. 7 levels of communication, or the Brian Buffini referrals by design. We're gonna start to work on what are activities we can do together, like client appreciation events. How can we help you grow a more robust referral directory? What are some of the key activities we can help single out, like those types of home buyer workshops, the lunch and learns, the things that require a little more resource or a little more touch, a little more high value for your top 20% of your database. And we're going to start to grow and compound your return from there, partner with you. And then we go into stage 4. And if you don't have these 3 going on and you're investing in stage 4, the best advice I can give you, and I love stage 4, we do massive business out of stage 4. The best advice I can give you is stop until these 3. No more seminars, no more workshops, no more great ideas, no more blogs, no more investing in any other thing until these things are done, because these are the things. No additional transaction coordinator, no investing in a better service delivery. None of that matters compared to this. Once these are in place, we'll go into stage 4, which is what we call first response or online leads. And this is where we get to get really exciting together, because this is a way that we can predictably orchestrate and scale the business. Look, 99% of people start their home search online, 99% before they ever talk to an agent. Now more than ever, in the age of social distancing, we're becoming used to accessing information that way and doing our preliminary education phase behind the protective covering of a screen, you know? And so over half of people are finding their home that they want to put the offer in on before they ever even talk to the agent. And 3/4 of people still, according to the National Association of Realtors, 3/4 still use the first agent that they have a substantive conversation with. So marketing 101 is go to where the eyeballs are at. Don't try and move the eyeballs off to somewhere else. That's very expensive in both time and money. Go to where the eyeballs are at and let's meet them there where they want to be met. Build an online presence, which we have the best practices of, having the privilege of, between our collective board and our management, we're doing over 300,000 leads on an annual basis. We're going to give you the strategies of how you, tailored to you, unique in you and your market, deliver an online presence that attracts, acts as a magnet to attract those eyeballs to you, to say, hey, as I'm looking, this might be a person who can help me. And then we convert those leads on your behalf. Now, again, this is massively profitable. It's an area that is exciting because we can orchestrate growth. I can say in just about any major metro market, I want to buy 1,000 leads this month, and I know what my stats on those leads are going to be and what it returns in now business, what it returns in business 9 months from now, what it returns in the long tail, and how many of those people I can add into my relationship portfolio for business to be done for years to come. But if you don't have this set up, you don't belong investing in here at all. And if you are investing in there and you don't have the core conversion processes built that really make a difference in converting those leads, you're also missing out. So as a cooperative, what we have built is a world-class lead conversion machine. We have 3-second speed to lead of when the lead comes in, because as far as voice response to that lead, then text, then email. Because if you take more than 4 minutes to respond to that lead, your chance of conversion drops by 400%. More than 4 minutes drops by 400%. We know that 75% of leads, no matter what most teams believe, and again, I love building teams, I love coaching agent teams, when you really bring accountability, oftentimes more than 75% of the leads are never contacted even once. We are reaching out to 100% of the leads. No lead is left behind. And what that means is that we're able to convert 10 to 15 to now appointments and conversations. We're able to convert another 30 to 50 to people we have permission for ongoing communication. We put them into our relationship portfolio. So that means, unlike the rest of the agents that are in a feeding frenzy over the 5% committed and urgent, we're over here in the blue ocean of the 95% who are gonna buy, but they're just not gonna buy right now. We're indoctrinating them and building top of mind market share as your home buyer assistant on your behalf. And we're delivering not just the returns of this 5% for now business that is critical for our ROI, but we're actually getting that compounded return of the 95 and that long tail of the 9 to 18 months after the lead comes in. And we're capturing people to predictably scale your portfolio of relationships. And then finally, here's what I will share with you. In your portfolio of relationships is not just your target market, but this is the biggest blessing of it all. There is your team. Your talent bench is in your portfolio of relationships. There is people who are true alliance partners who we are able to partner with, like us here, as well as our referral directory and vendors. And we can create compounding, game-changing results as far as how quickly we can grow our mutual databases into portfolios, as well as the types of service, skilled service we can deliver to our clients. There are people in here who will be your stakeholders, people who see who you are and what you're doing, and they're willing to invest in it, maybe for a financial return or not for a financial return at all. They just are a gatekeeper and they want to open the door to whole networks, whether that be a business that they own and they bring you in to be the preferred agent to their 100 engineers, or maybe it's a pastor who has a church of 2,000 or 3,000 and they're opening their door for you to be the preferred person and deliver some value there. So in building this portfolio, not only do we get to have our target market be met, but we get to build the other critical components that are really the key factors after the portfolio, being able to scale and break past that practitioner and that team leader phase, and to build a business that lasts and a business that makes a difference in the marketplace. Because I will tell you, I am passionate about that. I am passionate that we do not give up our business to a marketing company, a brand like Zillow that is there to just market to people, that we do not give up such a critical service to our community and our families of local expertise and knowledge so easily. So within Convert, and by the power of all of us forming a co-op together, as well as just the fact that we are a large company that is well capitalized, that closes billions of dollars a year in transactions from our operation here, we are committed to delivering that capability to you, so you have the capability of the big boys coupled with the expertise, local market knowledge and care. And we believe that that combination, that is an unbeatable competitive advantage both now and for the next decade to come. So welcome to the co-op, welcome to Convert. We look forward to partnering with you.